Hello, I'm Jenny Lee from the Homegrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine, and welcome to episode 5 of Name That Herb. Here's how it works for those of you who have not seen our channel or have not seen the series. I'm going to give you a series of clues about a particular medicinal plant, and as soon as you think you've got it figured out, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section. Today's herb is one of my absolute favorites. I know I always say that, but seriously, this one, I take it every single day. My husband takes it. My kids use it all the time. I give it to my dogs. So it's an absolute staple. Cannot live without it. Such a great plant. Let's get started. Clue 1, traditional medicine. This herb has been used in traditional medicine for centuries, particularly in Native American medicine and European folk medicine. And those medicine systems would use it to treat urinary tract infections, arthritis, inflammation. Native American healers would also apply the leaf topically to skin infections. It's got some mild antibacterial properties. And Pliny the Elder, who was a Roman author and naturalist, about 23 to 79 AD, wrote extensively about this plant in his famous work, Naturalis Historia. And he noted that if you apply a fresh leaf to the forehead of someone with lethargy, it immediately awakens them, which is going to give you a really good chuckle later when you find out what this herb is. Clue 2, habitat. My mystery herb can be found in temperate regions around the world. It is distributed across various continents: North America, Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa. It prefers a really moist, damp environment, nitrogen-rich soil. You can find it along riverbeds and stream banks, but this herb is a pernicious, invasive, aggressive, prolific self-seeding weed, and you really can find it anywhere. You can even find it in urban environments. If you're not an herbalist, you probably hate this guy, but if you are an herbalist, it's one of your favorites. Clue 3, medicinal properties. The entire plant is medicinal, and the leaf, the seed, and the root all have different medicinal actions. The leaf is a fabulous herbal antihistamine, probably the best. The seed is very good for addressing really serious kidney diseases. It can actually help regenerate damaged kidneys. The root is fantastic for addressing enlarged prostate because it balances the hormones that are involved in that process. Clue 4, history and folklore. In the Grimm's brothers' story, The Six Swans, a sister breaks a spell that has turned her brothers into swans by crushing the plant and weaving the fibers into magical shirts, and wearing the shirts turns them back into humans. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one. But its use in textiles isn't just a fairy tale, because we know that this fibrous plant was woven into textiles in the Bronze Age in Europe. And in fact, during World War I and World War II in Germany and Austria, when supplies ran low, this plant was used to make uniforms. Clue 5, and this is your last clue, and it's a big one. This plant has an extremely unique property. It has tiny needle-like hairs on its leaves and stems, and when they're touched, it releases a mixture of chemicals into the skin. And this particular cocktail of chemicals causes a rapid increase in circulation, decreases inflammation, and it has this analgesic effect that can last for hours or days. And historically, in many cultures, the plant was applied fresh to painful joints or muscles, and this practice was called urtication therapy. Roman soldiers used to stimulate circulation by whipping themselves in the back, also a practice called urtication. All right, that was it. That was your last clue. It is time to leave your guess in the comments section. And today's herb is stinging nettle, Urtica dioica. So urtica means to burn, and it, of course, refers to the stinging hairs that are found on the leaves and stems of the plant. And remember that unique cocktail of chemicals that it delivers into the skin? I mean, first it's going to sting the dickens out of you, but then it really does have a fairly long-lasting analgesic effect. I've never experimented with it myself. I have no interest in doing so. I will not. But hey, I mean, if you live in the Middle Ages and it's your best bet, it works. But nettle is my favorite herb for about a million reasons. I can't list them all in the video. I was told I wasn't allowed to make an 18-hour Name That Herb episode. But my very favorite application is as a nutritive. And I do use it every single day. So you've all heard of Hippocrates' quote, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food." That's something that we say all the time at Homegrown Herbalist. He had to have met nettle. Eat this medicine. This is one of the most fantastic herbal nutritives. The leaves are considered a dark leafy green, and it has an extremely wide safety margin. And you know, if a little scoop of nettle made its way into your smoothie every morning, you would feel absolutely amazing. It is absolutely chock full of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin A, C, K, E, all of the B vitamins, 1 through 12. And it also has a ton of minerals. Calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, manganese, zinc, copper, selenium, phosphorus, boron, you name it, it's got it. And this truly is a superfood. Superfood is a buzzword. I don't like buzzwords, but I feel like nettle solidly earns this title, fair and square. So superfood, because it is a super medicine. And the combination of vitamins and bioactive components in nettle leaf have two really powerful key actions, and that is anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And chronic pain, arthritis, old injuries, neurodegenerative diseases, metabolic diseases all share two common issues: chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. And these cause a vicious cycle that accelerates the progression of the disease. All the diseases in various ways cause tissue damage. Tissue damage triggers inflammation. Inflammation triggers release of reactive oxygen species. Reactive oxygen species cause tissue damage. Tissue damage causes inflammation. So you're back at the top of the cycle. And you get stuck in this cycle of never-ending pain and misery. It accelerates the progression of your disease. Nettle breaks that cycle. So its nutritional compounds have been proven to shut down inflammation and oxidative stress pathways. It's one of the best research herbs. If you Google that, or if you get on PubMed and look into that, there are so many studies done on the specific mechanisms for how it shuts down inflammation and oxidative stress. It's absolutely fantastic. One of the reasons that I also love this plant in particular as the nutritive is it's incredibly versatile. And I don't know about you guys, but I get really sick of tinctures. And I like finding and using other herb forms, and nettle lends itself really well to that. So how can you incorporate nettle into your daily life? You can saute the fresh leaves. You can add powder to smoothies. You can add it to soups and stews. It doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes great. I love using nettle to make bread. You can add it to any bread recipe. It's a 1/4 cup per loaf. And a nettle enrichment in the bread provides elevated levels of fiber, calcium, potassium, copper, and the fermentation process actually increases the bioavailability of many of these elements. So that is it for today's episode. If you want to learn more about stinging nettle, join the Homegrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine. We have an 80-page monograph on nettle. When we monograph, we really monograph. So that's a fantastic resource. We also talk about a number of other really wonderful nutritives that you will want to get to know: ostra, burdock. So that's a fun resource. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like. That really helps us out on our channel. And leave me a comment. I always love hearing which clue helps you figure it out. And thanks for listening. See you next time.